I got some pasta here, and this is just some fake meat. I don't need meat. I just got what was in my fridge. This is Beyond Beef. Yeah, this one that I tend to like, and I'll be making basically a cheesy on my Hamburger Helper, as I said. So to start out, I've got some water. It's about to boil, and it's pretty much there, so we can put the pasta in. And then right now I'm heating this pan up. There's just a little bit of oil from earlier when I fried some eggs from earlier today. And so I'll start out, let me get the camera here. I'll start out by just putting this water is also salted. Start out with this. Put that in, and yeah, just like that off. I'll set a timer. The box says for 9 to 11 minutes, and I like my stuff al dente. But, I mean, basically, what we're doing is Hamburger Helper, so you want to undercook it a bit. So I'm just going to set my timer for 8 minutes. So now, we should get this on a pan. So basically, it's just frying up hamburger, and you do not want to season this. I know Adam Ragusia made a really good video about, I think it was the chicken honey mustard thing, I think. Because basically what I'm going to do is make a cheese sauce. So just flatten this out. You want as much surface area on this as possible, on basically medium heat. By increasing the surface area, you can increase the amount of exposed quote-unquote meat that is to the hot surface of the pan, and that means that more bits can be basically get all nice and crispy with that sexy Maillard reaction. There. So now what I'm going to get is some cheese. You could basically use any cheese that you want. This is to add flavor and to emulsify, because I have like this cheese powder. So this will help emulsify and flavor the sauce we're about to make. And don't forget to stir your pasta so it doesn't get all sticky. It sticks together. You want the pasta. Just get an ounce of each cheddar, or you could use 2 ounces, or however much pasta you want. For me, since I just cooked for myself, 1 ounce per cheese is good. So now let's check on this. Pasta's coming along well, and let's check hamburger. So as you can see, it's nice and flat. Just a little bit of sticking. Let's just scrape it off. Let's flip it. Ooh, that's good. All that. I'm just gonna check. So we have 2.5 minutes left on the pasta. I'd say that whenever you're cooking, like basically any type of meat or whatever, fake meat, I'm using a non-stick pan, but if you just put a little touch of oil, that's why we used the oil from earlier today when I fried the eggs, because it'll help it not stick to the pan, because when you'd have to get your cooking surface searing hot in order to form that crust, like when you do smash burgers. But because I have a scuffed system, this is like a $20 burner from Walmart. It's really weird, and it's like its cycle on and off is just not the best, especially for and try to get a nice hot sear on something. But deal with what you got. So this all looks good. Just the heat that's necessary. And I have this cheese powder. I'm not sponsored. You could pick this up. I think I got this off of Amazon. They might sell it near you at a store, maybe. I don't know. But this stuff is really good. And basically, once this side is done searing, it's facing the pan, I'm gonna take this out and all that good fat and everything and all the fond that's on the bottom, we're gonna pour some milk and then emulsify the milk with the cheese powder and then cheese, and then mix everything together, and then boom, have your homemade hamburger helper. Oh, there we go. The pasta is slightly underdone. Strain it. Just that. Looks good. So because that's hot, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rest this on top of, over here, I have my little convection oven. And let's check on the meat. And not as much browning as I like, so. Let's just put some pressure on there. Let's check it again. Yeah, that's better. So now what I'm gonna do is let's take that out. And in the same pan, in the same heat, what I got, I'm a soy boy, got some silk. That's longer than normal milk. I like it. So we're gonna put it's about a quarter cup, 1/3 of a cup or so, into there, and just let it heat up a bit. And then what I'm gonna do is get a whisk and a quarter cup of the powdered cheese. So let's see how well I can do this while holding my phone. It'll start to clumps. You could try sifting, but really it doesn't help all that much, because as soon as the cheese powder touches, it just instantly clumps. So you just gotta stir. And then once you got like all the big clumps, basically you don't want that. Stirring, and eventually all make its way in. I know I'm using metal on metal, but just keep stirring. Eventually. This also helps getting up all the little extra crispy bits of fond at the bottom. We're almost there. The burner's turned on again, so the heat cycle, so it should help. So once it starts bubbling, you can see how that bright orange, nuclear orange is reminds you of Kraft mac and cheese. And closer, thick. Let's turn down the heat to about a medium low. So there we go. There's still little bits of cheese in there. Okay, now I'll add this hamburger patty back in, and then just break it up with the spatula or the whisk. So we get nice little crumbly pieces of meat. In my case, Beyond Meat, fake meat. And this basically works with any sort of ground meat product, or fake meat product, or whatever. Just sear it, make it nice and thin, sear it, get lots of Maillard reaction. Because the fat from whatever you're using, you could use that instead of having to add butter, just extra calories. That, and then in that fat you could add milk, and the milk will help emulsify fats from the whatever you're frying up with water and milk substitute that you use. That will also help. Cheese. And this cheese will, as I said earlier, not only add flavor, but it will help emulsify even better everything. I should probably be using a spatula, but whatever. And you want the cheese to slowly melt in there, because as I've done in the past, I have to turn up the heat a bit here. Got little pieces of meat, like cheese, the bright orange, and the cheddar, the Swiss is just melting in there. It'll add a wonderful, it's gonna have this wonderful texture. And so you don't have to do a roux or any fancy, or use like sodium phosphate or anything, like in those homemade. And you also don't have to use like stuff from a box. I mean, arguably what I use is stuff from a box, but whatever. This is a bit more involved. Get this wonderful, luscious, cheesy texture. Okay. Now for the pasta. Now that the heat's back on, it's bubbling, and this residual heat from the pan and from the burner will help cook that pasta all the way through. So whatever your package says, or if you're using fresh pasta, I'd say the same thing. Probably want to do your fresh pasta slightly underdone. Then eventually you'll get this wonderful, luscious macaroni product. Here we go. Yes, it's all together. So I'll turn that off. I've got a visitor, my little baby princess. She wants somebody. She can't have anyone. So yes, this is dinner for one. You could scale this up easily. Yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for tuning in.